Okay, Algebra 2, Day 6 notes is on the Pythagorean identity. It's basically kind of short and sweet. Alright, Pythagorean theorem, you all familiar with that. Last lesson we did cosine of theta to find the unit circle. Remember the radius is 1. Cosine of theta is just x. Sine of theta is just y. Pythagorean theorem, well, you could say there's x, there's y. That's x squared plus y squared equals 1 squared, or just 1. Instead of x, though, you can say that's cosine of theta squared plus the sine of theta all squared equals 1. This becomes the Pythagorean identity. Alright, so this is the same as this. There's different ways of writing it. Alright, parentheses all squared is the same as this. Textbooks will be sine squared theta. It's the same as sine of theta squared. Alright, so these are the same thing written differently. You can verify it some other time, not important right now. Number 2, if you have the notes, this is the most important thing for our whole day 6 probably. You can do the same questions we did in day 5, a different way now essentially. Sine of x is radical 5 over 3. Alright, it's in quadrant 2. Find the exact value of cosine of x. Alright, so exact, no decimals, using x instead of theta, not a big deal. This new method with the identity. Alright, so pretty much just use the identity cosine of x squared plus the sine of x all squared equals 1. Plug in what they gave you. They gave you the sine of x is radical 5 over 3. So plug that in. We can solve for the cosine of x. Alright, a little bit of work. Radical 5 over 3 squared is 5 over 9. And then how do you solve for cosine of x? Just gonna move things around, right? Subtract 5/9. Get cosine of x all squared equals, is that 4/9? How do you simplify this? Well, how do you undo the squared? Take the square root. All right, hopefully I have more room. Cosine of x equals 2/3. All right, a lot of people stop there. That's where you go wrong. Be careful, we're in quadrant 2. So if you think back a few lessons, where are things positive? They're all positive in quadrant 1. Sine in quadrant 2. Tangent and cosine in quadrant 4. So we're in quadrant 2. Sine is positive there. Cosine is negative there. So you need to add your negative sign to your answer. There's your answer for that part. Alright, that's the identity method. The triangle method is what we did before. We'll do that one real quick. Quadrant 2, you might want to make a picture. There's quadrant 2, here's a triangle, quadrant 2. Alright. Sine of some angle, here's my angle x, is opposite over hypotenuse. Like a geometry way of doing it. Try to find cosine of theta, so it would be adjacent over this. You could do Pythagorean theorem. So this would be, whatever you want to call this side. Alright, Pythagorean theorem will find this missing side length. Something squared. Alright. So your missing side length has got to be a 2. Alright. Take square root. So if that's a 2, what's the cosine of x? Well, cosine of x is adjacent over hypotenuse. So cosine of x is 2/3. Alright, again, you still have to realize that you're in the second quadrant. The only function positive there is sine, so this has got to be a negative, same idea. Still have to check your answer. Same answer, different way of doing it. Alright, I would say this is easier. It's up to you, I guess. Sometimes it tells you have to use the trig. Sometimes you don't. pretty much the rest of the notes for day 6 are all the same idea. It's a lot more examples. Check out the answer key, look them over, see what you think.